This week I'm in Japan, and for the weekend I'm gonna go from this to this. This is Japan, but not the one you know. I cycled along a wild, empty coast, soaked in an onsen overlooking the ocean, saw Mount Fuji getting bigger and bigger, ate the best sushi of my life, mixed with the locals, rode past white sand beaches, all just a weekend away from Tokyo. Working in Japan for this week. Now I'm finished in Osaka and I'm gonna take a Shinkansen to our Izu Hantō, and I will ride the bicycle and do the tour of the peninsula. Some snacks for the trip. Here's the Shinkansen coming to the station. I now got to Mishima and I'm transferred to Izu-Nagaoka, where the hotel and the bicycle rental service is. And getting to this Kona stay. There it is. Just on the check-in, and the prices are crazy. Here is the bill. The stay is 8,800 yen, roughly 50 euro per night. And the bicycle is about 10 euro per day, so let's see what kind of bicycle. This is the room, not too bad for 50 euro per night. We're now doing the bike fitting. And now it's time for some onsen. And now let's get in the onsen on the space, and let's hope that I don't drop the phone. I got to this sushi place.
今日お一人ですか？
一人はそうです。そうです。一人です。
どちらお泊まりですか？今日お泊まりは。
コーナーステイ。コーナーステイ。そうです。
すごい日本語使う。
なんか自転車専用の宿かなと思って。
自転車。
サイクル。
そうです。20年前、僕は日本で働きました。北九州で。
北九州で何のお仕事ですか？
This is the sushi that I ordered, and I have my best friends here. Everybody. This was the sushi dash izakaya for the evening here, and I was best friend with everybody there. They gave me even like a bottle of neon shoe. I could not eat it all, so I didn't want to offend anybody. I took it with me. I don't know what I do with that with a bicycle. The sushi didn't do it, so I came to another izakaya, and again I found a fantastic group of people. Morning starts with breakfast at the Kona stay. A mix of chicken, fish, bacon, pasta, a little bit of everything. Everything is set up and ready to go. Bicycle is ready. Everybody told me today is the perfect day for the views of Mount Fuji. Got to Ito, and this is Kei's house. I stayed with the family here 2 years ago. The east coast of Izu Peninsula is busier than the west, yet it already feels far from Tokyo, just an hour away. Heading south, the sun stays in front and the ocean rolls by on the left. This is the Yogasaki coast, the volcanic part of the peninsula. The big attraction here seems to be the suspension bridge back there. A soba place for lunch. It was a bit difficult to find food. It's already 2 p.m. I'm not too far from Shimoda. Everything absolutely fantastic except for this one. They showed me as their specialty. I did not understand what it is, not even Google Translate. South of Higashi-Itsu is where the ride really begins. High cliffs, white sand beaches, and then comes the quiet, late afternoon winter light, clear and almost unreal. About 10 kilometers to Shimoda, which is the southern tip of Izu Hantō. Here are the beaches just north of town, Shimoda. There are some guys surfing, but there is zero waves. It's completely flat. And now I got to Shimoda, and this is the harbor of Shimoda. Right at the sunset. Here I'm riding through Shimoda, and the first time I came was 22 years ago with my good friend Petra. We hitchhiked around the peninsula and we ended up here hitchhiking. And if I remember correctly, here in front of me now comes the old street of Shimoda. I got to the hotel room and here it is. And now it's time for some onsen at sunset. I collapsed sleeping in my bed and woke up at 9:30. I walked down to Shimoda, which was a completely desert town. I only found one place open, this ramen bar. Here is the onsen, the hotel that we have found. This is the garden of the hotel where I stay here in Shimoda. Pretty amazing. Cycling part of day 2 starts. Perfect day. Sunny, much warmer than yesterday. Japanese go crazy for this heart-shaped cave here. This is Cape Hirosaki, the southernmost point of Izu Hantō, and the views are extraordinary. And the west coast is where the magic really starts. Raw, world-class sea cliffs and long stretches of road almost entirely to yourself, with only the occasional car passing by. I met some Japanese travelers heading for the east coast, but so far I haven't met anyone who has explored the west. This is a symbol of the association that gathers the prettiest villages in Japan, like there is in France is the famous one. This is Matzusaki, I think, is the village where we stop for lunch. This is the first view of Mount Fuji. There it is. And it should get bigger as I move north. So I arrived in Matzusaki for lunch and I am in the best sushi place of the village. I think it must be exceptional. If this is not the best sushi I've had in my life, I don't know where I should go. Sitting on a counter with the sushi man just in front of me. I had my fair share of sushi in my life, also high-level restaurants in business meetings. I never had anything as this one. This rock formation is a tombolo that is linked naturally to the land just by the strip of sand that comes across the Peninsula tide. And 3 years ago with my family we were in this hotel, in one of these rooms. some hanami in the middle of January. Sunset with the view of Mount Fuji. Get to the room, Japanese style this time. After the best lunch I ever had, dinner is based on this because I didn't reserve dinner in advance here at the hotel, and somehow they couldn't squeeze in one more person. Despite the fact that all the restaurants nearby are closed, they are not even nearby, so there is a village. I would anyway need to drive, and no matter what, they would not find some food for me. So fortunately there are these cups at the reception, and this is going to be my dinner. 6:15 and still dark outside. I thought that I need to try this bathtub. Very weird round shape, but in about 15 minutes the sunrise comes. Still dark outside here. And the ocean in the background. And we see the Mount Fuji again where we left it for sunset. Here is the sunrise. The northern part of the west coast, north of Toi, is where the views of Mount Fuji become legendary, and places like Heda feel frozen in a Japan from 100 years ago. Out here, I rode on a coastal road for hours, completely alone, without a single passerby. My personal version of the 100 views of Mount Fuji. And back where I started in Kona Stay, everything went well. Quick description of the setup that I have here. So this is the rental bicycle. The setup to try is the usual one. A small bag here for stuff like the wallet, the charger and so on. The typical one on the saddle for clothes. I always have my Peak Design cell phone holder. Usually my pedals. Here I prefer to use these ones because the one with the cleats is difficult to walk if I go to take a hike, and the flat one I feel at the slip. Summer of the trip, Izu Hantō is fantastic. I met many people from Tokyo that never came here. Actually, I don't think I never met anybody who came here, especially not on the west coast, which is the most spectacular one. I think the best way to see it is by bicycle, as I did, but it's a tough ride. There is climbs all the time. There is not a single part which is flat. You need to be lucky to have the view of Mount Fuji. I did it now twice within 3 years. Last time we never saw the Fuji. Now it was clear skies and it was in clear view the whole time. It's just a 1.5 hour ride from Tokyo, so it's very easy to reach. If cycling is what you want to do, I think that the Kona Stay, where I rented my bicycle, is the only place that I can find around. It worked perfectly fine. It's not a high-level bicycle like a road bike or a gravel bike. It's perfectly fine for 2-3 days. Just to set expectations, they have electric bikes and normal bikes like mine. I hope you enjoyed the video and see you next time.